Meta AI is the personal AI to help you with whatever you need. Plus, it meets you where you are. Not only is Meta AI now an app, but it's also on the apps you already know and love: Facebook, Instagram, WhatsApp, and Messenger. Plus the Ray-Ban Meta glasses. It's easy to access wherever you are. So whether you're talking or texting, Meta AI is convenient to use throughout your day. Experience our newest AI that's tailored to you by downloading the Meta AI app. Try the Meta AI app today on the Apple App Store and Google Play.
Enter the world of sports the way you want with EA Sports College Football 26. Whether you rise through the ranks as a coach or chase greatness from high school recruit to Heisman, build your legacy and wear your colors with pride. Buy College Football 26 now at go.ea.com/MVP-bundle and bring glory home today. EA Sports College Football 26 is rated E for everyone. Includes in-game purchases, including random items.
In coaching, your network isn't just about landing your next job. It's about learning, sharing, and staying connected to people who can help you grow. But your network only works if you invest in it consistently. Today on The Next Move, presented by Coach Portal, we're talking about how to establish and maintain your coaching network the right way. And if you haven't already, sign up for your free 6-month trial on Coach Portal, a platform built to help coaches stay visible, connected, and ready for their next move. Go to coach-portal.com and enter the code CCPodcast and make your move. Joining us today to discuss this topic is Charles Bankins. He's the running backs and special teams coordinator at North Carolina Central University.
Yeah, I'm at North Carolina Central. It's a pleasure to be here. I think this is a fantastic platform that you guys have for helping coaches as we move and try to navigate through our coaching careers. I think it's important for guys to understand that it takes time to establish your network, and you have to work it and grow it the right way.
Coach, what are some of the tips you have to work it and grow it the right way? What things do you recommend coaches do?
Well, I think the first thing you got to do is be authentic in the relationships that you're trying to build. You know, you're going to run into coaches on the road recruiting. You're going to run into coaches when you go to work camps and all those things. So it's important to collect those names and reach out to them after you meet them and establish that connection and make sure it's authentic. One thing I try to do is when it's in season, I know it's hard, we're all working and it's tough to stay in touch with people. I try to hit up 2 people a week that are in those outside of my normal circle, but guys I've met on the road and all those things. Try to hit 2 guys a week. It doesn't take that much effort, but when we get in the off season, I try to hit 2 guys a day, you know, shoot them a text, shoot them a social media, you know, just to let them know. They might not always reply, but at least you're establishing that relationship.
I think some of that's really appreciated too, and you would think maybe this season isn't time to do that, but you know, it is always nice to get a message from somebody outside your circle, somebody outside the building.
And it's nice to say, hey, you guys played a great game, you know, especially other part of my job being a special teams coordinator. Nobody cares about special teams until something bad happens with special teams. It's nice to have somebody that's recognizing what you're doing and just drop you a little note. Hey, great job, and that big win against your arch rival or what have you.
So when you look at your network, who's someone that's helped you maybe at a key moment in your career, and why did that relationship matter?
I've been extremely fortunate. I've gotten to work for 4 Hall of Fame head coaches, and you know, one of the guys that really helped me, there's 2 guys. Frank Signetti Sr. was a great guy. I'm in my 2nd job. You know, I'm there for a month, and he brings me in his office, and he goes, hey, Coach, just want to let you know you're probably too good of a coach to be here. And I'm like, this is my 2nd job. What are you talking about? He was like, I see something in you, but here's what I ask you to do. While you're here. Be where your feet are. Work your tail off. You don't need to chase the jobs. The jobs will find you. And I encourage you to get involved with all the programs, whether it be the minority fellowships or what have you. Just get involved, and I trust if you do a great job here, the jobs will find you.
What's one thing you think young coaches maybe get wrong about networking?
I think what they get wrong is they're always asking for something. They're not building the relationship. It's transactional. I think we got to do a better job when you're establishing these relationships, just reaching out and checking on people, building authentic relationships and let it grow organically.
Now, I know you mentioned the text twice a week during the season, 2 coaches a week during the season. to a day in the off season. Do you have any other go-to way of staying in touch with people in your coaching circle?
Well, early on in my career, I wanted to, and I'm fortunate I was able to get there. I wanted to be an NFL coach. So I reached out to all the coordinators in the NFL, and I had a list of 15 questions that I wanted to get answered. Now, only 3 people returned that information, but later on I've run into coaches, and they're like, hey, you're that guy that sent me all those questions at one time. So it was good for me to reach out, maybe not get the responses that you were looking for at that time, but people remembered that I tried to reach out and was eager to learn the game of football.
It seems like now it is easier to reach out and connect with people, yet at the same time, maybe it's a little bit more difficult because everybody's doing it. Do you have any recommendations, I guess, if you were to do that today, given all the where we're at with, the digital world and the ease, I guess, in being able to get to people?
I think it's just shoot a text to a guy you met on the road. Hey, we bumped into each other. I know we coach the same position. You think we can get on 5 minutes on a Zoom or FaceTime, and just you're putting a face with the voice and all that stuff and just connecting that way.
Yeah, I think it's always great to follow up with guys, whether it's been, working at a camp, seeing them out recruiting. I think we're all competitive, but you got to remember, when we're not on the field, it is a time to connect, and I think you'll find just a lot of commonality with the people that you meet and things that, you can grow together with.
Yeah, I have 2 quick stories. One, I interned, and I knew the guy that I interned with in the league was extremely focused during the season, so I kind of hit him up during the season, but not really. And then in the off season, I hit him up just to see how he was doing. He was like, I can't believe this is the first time you're hitting me up after we spent all summer together. I was like, my bad. And then, so he was on the call. He was like, I got to go. I got to call. And he hung up. And I was like, damn, I really screwed that up. Later, he called me back probably about a month later and said, do you want to come work with me and be an assistant with me in the NFL? So that turned out pretty good.
Yeah.
And then another situation, I'd work camps, and then I get a call out of the blue about a job. And I'm like, how does this guy know me at all? Well, we worked camp together, and he remembered me from working camp with him and how I treated other people around me. And he liked what we did, how we coached, and that's how I got hired to work with him.
Yeah, and it really, that is always something I think reflects well, is when people can remember how you treat people.
Yes.
That to me is the most memorable thing. That's going to stick out more than what drill you might have been showing or how you coached a technique, but how you relate to people, I think, is probably one of the biggest things in building a network.
I think my grandmother set me up best for that when she said, remember, the same people you stepped on the way up are the same people who will be kicking you on your way down. So that's always stuck with me, and I try to make sure that I'm always lifting up others as I do what I do.
Well, Coach, I appreciate you taking the time here, giving us some ideas that maybe will help lift some of these coaches through the profession, and best of luck to you guys here in the 2025 season.
I appreciate your time and Coach Portal, and I look forward to watching this grow.
Your coaching network is one of your most valuable career assets, but only if you invest in it. Be intentional, stay connected, and build relationships that last. Want to take your visibility even further? Upload your coaching profile and resume to Coach Portal today. With your free 6-month trial, you'll be able to connect with decision makers before the next job even posts. Go to coach-portal.com, enter the code CC Podcast, and make your next move.